Let's go talk to Robbie in California. Robbie, you're on the show. What's happening, bud?
Good morning, studio.
Morning.
Hi. How you doing?
We're doing pretty good, man.
I seen you on TV with my good friend Giuseppe Panisi yesterday on the Pioneer.
Oh, so on an episode of Breaking Bobby Bones, I had to go do some deep net fishing out off San Francisco. I vomited for 2 days. Ooh, I don't think back fondly of that episode. And I don't know if any of our listeners have ever been on a cruise. I have not. But as soon as I got on and that boat started shaking, I vomited. And then as soon as we got further out and the boat started shaking more, I vomited more. And then I continued to vomit for 2 days. And as you know, if you get bad car sick, I get so car sick riding passenger, sometimes driving, which is weird.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Sometimes going down an elevator, I'll get car sick. If I'm not focused on a number on a button and I'm going down an elevator, I get queasy. And so it doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I'm scrolling my phone and I'm walking, I will get car sick. Does anyone out there have it as bad as I do? Maybe it's because my vision is so bad. I only have one eye that works.
Yeah, that could be related.
I'm not sure that it is. I like to assign blame to things.
Mm-hmm.
But I only have one eye that works, so I think maybe there's a balance issue. But I get car sick or motion sick at everything. Went out on this fishing boat. It was an episode of Breaking Bobby Bones. It's I don't know if it's on Disney Plus yet, but it aired last week on Nat Geo. And just vomited to the point where I couldn't even see straight to think. Like you're thinking, but you're so ill that there's nothing you can do about it. Also, forgot I had a caller on. Hold on a minute. Let me go back to him. Sorry about that, Robbie. So you saw the episode, and what'd you think?
As a matter of fact, I'm just pulling into my warehouse at Pier 45 where you set sail from right now.
Oh, nice.
That's where the boat is. The boat was up here in San Francisco. I thought it was great. I think you did a great job. I commercial fished a little bit myself, and I'm very close with the Panisi family, and what you did was no easy task.
Well, it was
very out there.
Definitely difficult. Was really proud of what we were able to do after the show for him. That whole show is about giving back. You know, I know the hook is the stunt, but there's a little stunt thing that I do on there, but mostly it's about people that have gone through a lot and that we give back to. So we did 2 more last night, which is fantastic. It was the only episode I had to get pulled from. You guys can watch that. It's just what a trip. Only 1 more week of the show left. So next week are the final 2, and that's the one where I have to go out and fight bears and wolves in Montana.
But was the possum really cute in person?
No. Oh, you found last night's?
Yeah.
No,
it looks so cute.
They're disgusting.
Why was its paws bloody though?
Uh-oh. I don't know. Oh, what do you mean? When?
I don't know. Maybe they were just pink.
When?
To me,
where were they bloody?
I was looking at a picture you posted on Instagram.
Oh, so this is what happened. So last night's episode, I had to go under and find skunks and possums. But what had happened was this guy I was with who lives right here, he doesn't kill them. He used to work at a job where they were like, hey, you need to kill these animals. And he's like, I'm not doing this. So all I'm doing, I'm finding the animals, and we took them back out into the forest and let them go.
Yay.
But what happened was, once you put them in that cage, sometimes they start popping the cage with their paw to get out.
Okay.
That's probably what it was.
Makes sense.
But we let that possum out of the cage last night. That thing runs off 3 feet, turns around, looks at me, and starts coming back at me.
He's like, what do you
here? I started running backward.
You probably saw the woods, Bones. Like, what do you want me to do out here? I'll go back to the neighborhood.
He's like, I need a crawl space.
That's skunks. Thank you for the call. Thank you guys so much for all your support. The first 8 episodes were on Disney Plus. We have 1 more week of it next week. If you could watch, that would be great. Hopefully we get to do a season 2. I don't know where we are in that. It's an expensive show to produce. It was getting great ratings. I know July 4th we didn't get that good of ratings because, well, I don't think people were at home on July 4th.
No.
We looked at the numbers and we're like, oh, July 4th didn't do that good. And I was like, well, I didn't even watch it July 4th. We were watching fireworks.
Maybe people could go back as their retro because that was such a special episode.
Yeah. So thank you all. I just appreciative, and that's all for now. Let's go over and do the news.
Bobby's Big
Stories.
Richard Branson reached space on a test flight for Virgin Galactic before going back to Earth and touching down safely Sunday. Did you watch any of the clips?
Amazing, yes.
Did you think it was amazing?
I did. I thought it was amazing. And I was like, wow, I maybe change my perspective of going to space one day.
I thought it was cool, but unless you're going to the moon, I ain't that impressed.
What? But to still make it up there where you're looking back at Earth?
My head says that was cool. But I've already seen people go to the moon.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, you got to go to the moon right away? I don't know. Space is pretty cool. He was floating
I
around.
agree. It was cool. I love it. Like, can't get enough of it. But I've already seen people go to the moon. So for me, it's tough to go, wow, mind blown.
Okay.
Because I've seen people go further than that already on a rocket ship. It's cool. I think it's great. And what it's going to do, like Elon Musk, what he's doing.
Right.
These are people spending their own money to figure this crap out. It ain't the government. It's Jeff Bezos. This is Richard Branson. It really is great for what we're going to do. This is the first step in many. Unless you're one small step for man and you're on Mars, it's going to be hard to impress me at this point.
Okay.
But it was cool to see.
Very.
Because it was the first time someone had done this. Richard Branson, who earned his pilot's license, by the way.
Well, he wasn't piloting this, though.
Well, he was up in the front, wasn't he? Yeah, he's up there flying
well,
it.
I think there's...
He
okay.
tested the astronaut cabin experience. He and the crew experienced zero gravity. Here is his message from space. Once the zero gravity thing would be awesome, though.
See?
Just in general, I'd like to go to one of these.
Yeah, you can go. You can go to space camp.
Hi, kids. I'm the old guy here.
Eat some dehydrated ice cream.
Here is the message from Zero Gravity, Richard Branson.
To all you kids down there, I was once a child with a dream, looking up to the stars. Now I'm an adult in a spaceship with lots of other wonderful adults looking down to our beautiful, beautiful Earth. To the next generation of dreamers, if we can do this, just imagine what you can do. Hey!
Those people behind him are drunk, I think.
That sounds like a party.
Yeah, they're high on anti-gravity.
Here he is talking about the successful flight.
Everything I'd envisioned it would be, and 1,000 times better. I mean, it's absolutely impossible to describe it unless you're actually doing it. From 0 to 3,000 miles an hour in 8 seconds, to getting into space and the complete silence, the complete beauty outside, and then just at the end of it, just unbuckling and then just taking off and floating and looking out through these enormous windows at our beautiful Earth with a wonderful, wonderful team of people.
Pretty cool. Don't get it twisted. I think it's cool. But for me to come in eyes wide open, like, wow, I've seen people go to the moon.
Okay, fun fact.
Oh, I like a fun fact.
'Kay.
It's not, wait, it's only Monday.
I know.
It's not even Friday.
This is like bonus.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you know on the spacecraft, there's like it looks like an eye, like an iris painted on there.
Okay.
Did you know? You'll see it now that you know that it's there. That's actually Stephen Hawking's eye. They
Well, it's
took
not-
it and blew it up. I know.
It's not actually it.
It's
It's
a
like a
picture
painting
of
of
it.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
picture of
and
it.
it's on there blown up. But it doesn't look like an eye from afar, but if you look up close, you see it's his eye, and he's actually the one that named the spacecraft too.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, next story.
It is cool.
I agree. But you know what would have been real cool if they had seen some aliens up there. If like they had got some pictures of something they couldn't explain.
Yeah.
Now we're talking. The age-old question is finally answered. Why do dogs circle before they hit number 2? There are a couple of theories, but there's a new one, and I'm telling you, it ain't true for my bulldog. The first one is they think that dogs need that 360-degree look to make sure that nothing's going to attack them before they get in that vulnerable position. That I'm down with.
Makes sense.
Stanley's got his one spot he goes, he does a little circle, beep, beep, boop, 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 poop. That's what he does. The other one, they say, is a strong belief in the magnetic field theory. This one claims that dogs use the force of Earth's magnetic fields to choose their bathroom place, presuming the north-south axis of the Earth.
No.
0% chance.
I know.
At least not with my dog. He does not care anything about a north-south axis of anything. But they do have to get in an extremely vulnerable position to use the bathroom. I mean, so do we. Think about when someone walks in on you and you're sitting on the toilet. How vulnerable do you feel right then? If they wanted to attack you, then you're dead.
Why?
What are you going to do? You're
Get
sitting
up
on
and
a toilet.
attack them.
You wouldn't. First, you'd be like, hold on, man. Let me
I can put my pants up real quick.
no, they're getting my pants up. I got to do a little cleaning back there. Also, it's a lose-lose for both people. That's one of the rare situations in life where everybody loses. If someone leaves the door unlocked and you open it and you walk in and someone's sitting on the toilet, you both just lost. Nobody gained anything and you both are worse.
The person in the bathroom lost more.
You know what? I don't know about that because a couple of times in my life, I've walked in on someone sitting down. I'm like, oh my God. And I walk out and then I'm embarrassed to even look them in the eyes for the next year.
A year.
Yeah, exactly. You both lose. Finally, in the news, a lottery drawing comes up 000.
Ooh.
Nearly 10,000 tickets win.
Wow, a lot of people pick that.
The North Carolina Education Lottery said Friday afternoon the pick 3 resulted in 9,307 tickets winning. The top prize is $250 for a 50-cent ticket, $500 for a $1 ticket. And so everybody wins.
Dang. Can you imagine you finally win the lottery and you just split it with 9,000 people?
No good.
I can't, because that's what would happen to me.
Yeah.
That is what would happen. All right, thank you guys. Call us if you want. We do want to grab you and what you have to say and your comments and your questions. 877-77-BOBBY. We will be back in 3 minutes. Bye. All right, Jake Owen, Made for You, Bobby Bone Show. Thank you guys for hanging out. 877-77-Bobby. Thank you for calling. Thank you for listening. Movies. I watched the Tomorrow War on Amazon, which is a big Chris Pratt movie. Way too long. Great premise. Pretty good movie. I give it 3.5 aliens. Anybody else watch Tomorrow War in the room? Morgan, you did?
Yeah, I did.
Thoughts?
It was very long. I wasn't as confused as everybody said that I would be. I really enjoyed it.
People
but
told you you'd be confused?
Well, yeah, everybody was talking about it online. They were like, it's super confusing. And I was like, well, I wasn't confused.
I wasn't that confused either, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty straightforward, but I was definitely like, this could have been an hour and a half long movie.
What do you give it?
3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Creepy aliens.
I love future movies, time travel movies. I kind of like alien movies, so I gave it 3 out of 5. So we're trading movies, though. So because we watched The Tomorrow War, Caitlin wanted to watch Father of the Bride, which I'd never seen. Steve Martin.
So good.
I give it 3 out of 5 Vales.
What? That's it? 3?
It just doesn't hold up. It's pretty good, and Steve Martin's one of my favorite people ever, one of my favorite books I've ever, read. But it just doesn't really hold up.
Wow.
You read Father of the Bride?
No, but I read
No.
Born Standing Up 3
Yeah.
times.
Oh, his book.
Yeah.
His book.
I
His
love
book.
Steve Martin.
But
Like I watch
Caitlin-
his clips from the 70s,
Yeah.
on and on. So we watched that, and I give that 3 out of 5 veils. For today, I'm sure in 91 when it came out, I'd have been like 100 tuxedos.
Gosh, especially with you getting married, like I just thought you'd feel it a little more.
No, I was judging it for what it was. Amy, I can separate myself from the art.
Okay.
And then I watched Black Widow, and I tell you, I know you guys watched it. I didn't think it was that good.
Really?
What?
Yeah,
Oh.
I give it.
What?
I give it 3 out of 5 Avengers.
Oh.
Wow.
Just
Wait, look
thought,
at you.
I thought it was slow. Thought it's fine.
You just handed out 3 threes.
No, 3 out of 5, 3.5, 3.5, and 3.
Oh. Okay.
But I thought it was fine. I did not think it was great. And I love the Avengers. By the way, love the Avengers. Love superhero movies. Loved WandaVision. Loved whatever Loki. One more episode of that. Now that show's awesome.
Yeah.
Didn't love the Black Widow. Thought it was fine.
No.
You watched it? You liked it?
Yeah, I liked it. My daughter liked it. We were fans. We gave it 4 out of 5.
Okay. Well, give it 5 out of 5. See.
Why? I don't think I'm going to give it a 5.
Also, a little too long. Why do we have to
Yeah.
make movies 2.5 hours long? Make them
But-
an hour and a half and give us 2. Just stop cutting halfway through and be like, all right, that's the end of the first movie. Now let's start shooting the second movie.
Yeah.
Golly, man. I will look at the times of movies and be like, do I even want to watch that? And if it's over 2 hours, I have to go, I don't have enough time right now, but do I want to stop and watch again later?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. I want to watch a 15-second TikTok. That's all I have time for right now. You watch it, Eddie?
I did. And my thing is we watch Friday night movies with pizza and stuff, and most of the time I fall asleep. I did not fall asleep during Black Widow, which to me is great. And I enjoyed the movie, Bones. I give it 4.5.
The girl who plays her sister, is she really Russian?
I don't think so.
Because the accent was not very
No.
good.
No.
Okay, Black Widow. We don't go from Russia. I was like, that doesn't even sound Russian.
Hysterectomy.
We got motorcycle and we don't. I don't. Like I've heard like Rocky 4.
Sure. He was Russian.
If he dies,
He dies.
So he really was Russian?
Nah, he's German. I
Nice.
think.
They also
Oh,
faking it.
Okay.
Movie Mike, you saw Black Widow. Your thoughts?
Good, not great. Not one of the best Marvel movies I've seen, but I thought it was worth the wait.
It's if you have Disney Plus, it was $29.99.
Yeah.
You had to pay for.
Yeah.
Which again, I was like, I gotta pay for something. But it was gonna be at the movies.
Right.
And I'd rather watch it at home for $29 than drive to the movies.
Oh, I would have spent more because we made popcorn at home. So if I bought popcorn at the theater, like I would have spent more than that at the movie theater. So I was fine with it.
So, Black Widow, good. I saw it crushed. And then here's what I did. Over on Disney Plus, because that's where Breaking Bobby Bones is, they have trending, and you can see all the biggest shows that are trending. And I was like, let me go look over and see where Breaking Bobby Bones is on the trending list. 'Cause I mean, hopefully it was. And I click it, and the top 10 things, it's like Black Widow and 9 kids' cartoons.
Oh, not Breaking Bobby Bones?
No, but it's like, I guess most people just watch that for kids. They just keep it on for their kids all the time.
A lot of Disney cartoons, yeah.
Yeah. And my feelings weren't really hurt because it was a bunch of kids' cartoons. If it was like Anthony Bourdain, or no, who's the guy that's on before me?
Yeah.
The really
Uncharted.
cool, yeah, Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay.
Love that guy. If it was him, I'd have been like, oh, he got me. But it was like, Pookie goes to the Playhouse.
But dude, you gotta think it's cool. After everyone watched Black Widow, your face was on Disney Plus. Like,
huh?
It comes on. Like as soon as the movie's over, and then it goes to the main screen. It was Breaking Bobby
I don't
Bones.
I wonder if
that's
that's
true.
for you
I think it's just
because
for you.
No way.
They know you're my cousin.
yeah,
Like Eddie wants to see this.
they're listening. To
Oh,
you.
okay.
All right,
Maybe
so
it was.
those are our movie reviews. By the way, Loki, the final episode's out Wednesday. It might be the best one.
Really? You
Wa-
loved the
WandaVision was great, too, but it
WandaVision.
took a minute to get into. Okay, what do you have on your paper?
I had an article that said that Loki had the biggest Marvel series Disney Plus premiere like so far, like 731 million minutes of viewing time. Whatever
But that means nothing to me. It's like during July 4th, there were 17 billion hot dog buns consumed. And I'm like, but what does that mean for me? Break it down per person. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
And you could also be making that up. How do you know?
Yeah.
42 jillion chicken wings were eaten on New Year's Eve.
I always fall for those. I'm like, man, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. Because you can also just make up anything you want.
True.
All right, hit us. Let me grab, I promise calls. I know I got to go to break, but I'm not doing it. I promise some calls. This is Treva in Kansas. Hi, Treva. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hi, good morning, studio.
Morning.
So earlier I was talking about, or listening to you talk about motion sickness and vomiting, and I think maybe you suffer from vertigo.
Possibly. I don't know what that is, but if there's a chance I suffer from it, I probably do. IBS, vertigo, color blindness, all of it.
In your ear, like with your equilibrium, like don't you have a lot of allergy issues?
I do.
Like a feeling of seasickness, car sickness, like getting like any little, like I have it really bad. When I'm in a camper, like even in the motion of a camper, for the next like 2 or 3 days, I'll feel that motion sickness, or like getting off of a boat. I can't do it.
A camper, if it's still like parked?
Like, yeah, even just a little bit of balance off of a boat, like any small, like similar to an elevator, just a small movement under your feet, and then you feel like you're just woozy or just your head's spinning. But
I get that motion sickness whatever I do. Sometimes walking and scrolling my phone. It's terrible.
Well, you should go to the doctor for that. Vertigo, honestly,
I'm doctored out.
Popped in my mind too.
I've been to so many doctors about so many things. I had all my brain stuff that I was in every week.
Well, then I'm sure they looked for vertigo.
I got a cat. So here's a story. I never been to a chiropractor. And no offense to anybody that it's a chiropractor, because forever I didn't believe in them because I was just told not to believe in them. And I was always like, that's something rich people do, go to chiropractors. I don't even want to go to the doctor. Didn't know a dang thing about chiropractors. And so Caitlin loves this chiropractor that comes over and like does her something in her hip is messed up. And she just believes in it. And I'm like, well, Caitlin's way smarter than I am. And I've always been anti, but for dumb reasons, because I don't know anything about it. Chiropractor comes over and I said, I've got this calf injury that I have not been able to shake for a year. And it's in the muscle. And she's like, well, let me take a look. Let me see what's up. And she does some stuff and like crack, crack, crack. Not even cracks really, just like moves stuff around. And then she like pets it. She's like, oh yeah, you should be good there. And I said, I had this injury in my shoulder from Dancing with the Stars 2 years ago that I cannot shake. I've been to the doc. I had to cortisone shot me all the time just to get through the show. She's like, let me look at it. Lines me up. Doop, 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 doop. Does that, hits me on the butt with a paddle. What? No, that didn't happen. I'm just kidding about that. Whatever. Boop, 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 dee, dee. And so, whatever. She goes, you should be mostly better, but you won't, not all the way, but this should help a little bit because you're not healing because your body's not lined up. And I could not have rolled my eyes any harder. Like, I remember looking at the top of my skull. That's how high up there. Like, I remember seeing it. I was like, dang, that's pretty cool. Yeah. It says made in China up there in the small letters. And so I was like, okay, whatever. We go and we play full court basketball like 2 days later. I don't even feel my calf. It doesn't hurt. Hallelujah chorus. Unbelievable. And this is a skeptic. And I don't know why people do or don't like chiropractors. I just always thought that's what people did that were fancy. And I went to one. My calf, it does not hurt at all. My shoulder, it does not hurt at all. This one, I hurt my other one. But it is unbelievable. Amy, I couldn't believe it. It's been a year in pain, and it works now.
Well, no, I'm so glad. I mean, I've gone to chiropractors. I'm pretty sure everyone in this room made fun of me. It's fine.
I probably did.
Yes.
Look at me. See?
You'd be like,
you can change.
What's this woo-woo stuff?
But no, you were doing stuff like holding a jar of honey and then saying a chant. Your stuff was weird.
No.
But mine, it's true. So, but yeah, fix it up. It's unbelievable. So anyway, my point about this is, because I, paid the $50 or whatever the price was to get that thing fixed. And so we're watching Tomorrow War, where people from the future come back in time and go, hey, the war in 30 years is really bad. We need some of you guys to go into the future and fight. And I'm like, Caitlin, that can happen. And she looks at me in the eyes and she goes, so you believe in this, but not chiropractors.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's how we'll end the bit. Thank you very much. No classier guy, no smarter guy in country music when it comes to performing and fans than Garth Brooks. Like the gold standard, and not as a legacy act. Still. Yeah, he's a legacy. But still, he does things where I'm like, "Hey, Garth Brooks, man, like I think he's going to make it." There's a story where he's talking about how he pulls people from the very back rows and puts them in the front because he leaves front row seats open, some of them open during shows. Do you know why he does it?
Well, I mean, I would assume because he wants someone who was still wanting to be there, but in the very back row to get to experience like an awesome ticket seat that they otherwise maybe couldn't afford.
Kind of.
Okay.
Not really the affording part of it, but more so he said, hey, they go up in the upper decks. They give away front row seats, and they come down, and it's people who they were going to sit in the upper deck and be dialed into the show. So imagine how dialed in they're going to be. Where, let's be honest, a lot of people in front row seats are just front row seats because they got a little money and they're just looking around to be like, ooh, look who's here. Look where I can be. So it's mostly when he's performing to make sure that vibe is still people who really want to be there and watch the show. Because sometimes the fancy pants get up front and they're kind of like, hey, Jojo, give me some caviar, you know?
Yeah.
But I thought that was pretty cool. And it's also cool he leaves them open. I did hear something on the radio because he's doing these stadium shows all over. He's doing Vegas, he's doing Nashville. Maybe he already did Vegas. He's doing, Carolina. And when he does it in a football stadium, he sells out the arena in 10 seconds. But then they hold the tickets, like 1,000 tickets for the sidelines, and then they sell them later. Be pretty cool to stand on the sidelines.
Oh, yeah.
As Garth Brooks was doing a show, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You guys, if you haven't been to a Garth show and you get the chance, you have to go. It's just the best show. At one point, Amy, Eddie, and I went to Little Rock to watch him. My favorite Garth Brooks song is If Tomorrow Never Comes. And he has his guitar, and it's just him. The band, I think they took a nap or something. I'm not sure. They go away to have some lunch. His lunch break. And he goes, in his sometimes late at night. And he does. And then that's all he played. And the crowd goes, I lie awake and watch her sleep. And he goes, yeah. And so he strums one more time. You lost some peaceful dreams. So and then the crowd sings the rest of it. And then he takes his guitar off and lays it down. He's not playing guitar. He's not singing. The only thing he's doing for rhythm is taking his hand and hitting his chest with it. So the crowd has like a metronome or some sort of guidance on when to sing the words. The crowd sang the whole song. So either A, Garth Brooks is the greatest live entertainer of all time, or B, he had a sore throat. I'm not sure which one it was. But either way, it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's an amazing moment. So if you get a chance, aside from it just being Garth Brooks, you take a lesson in live performance. There's only a few artists that listen, everybody here, we're in the land of giants when it comes to country music. And we're lucky enough to have all these friends. Sometimes I get jaded, I'll be honest with you, where I'm like, all right, another person, sing a song, the end. But sometimes somebody comes out and is just so good as a live performer, you're like, okay, I get it. Garth, Keith Urban, Chris Jansen on a smaller level, because he doesn't have all the hits that those guys do. But that guy, they're like you shot him out of a cannon.
Yeah, his live performance is insane.
And it's every one. It's every live performance. And it's not like he just gets in a good mood one night. Like that guy, you're like, what is he on? You know what? Nothing.
Maybe Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Mountain Dew.
There for a while, he was drinking a lot of those Starbucks. He has like a Starbucks thing. He was drinking like 2 or 3 a day. Well, it's mostly maybe caffeine. But there are just a few people when they perform, you go, and I'm not saying sounding good, because you go watch Stapleton, and he sounds just like he does on the record. But Stapleton's not a big, all over the place performer. But nobody's going to sound better than Stapleton does. So it's pretty cool that we get to know, these artists, and some of them, even in the land of giants, are even bigger giants, and it's crazy to watch. Who to you have you seen live, and you're like, well, holy crap, people are good, but that's great.
Well, I mean, obviously we're talking about Garth Brooks, so I would say that. But I agree. I mean, we've seen so many different artists that like.
You don't have to pick anybody.
Like it's not necessarily always my vibe, but like Jason Aldean live in concert is. I mean, he obviously has a lot of amazing hits, but there's the fire and the. And
his is very around
rock.
Him. He's not doing a lot,
right?
But he does have a great show.
He has a great show.
Yeah.
Like but I also can watch George Strait sit on a stool for 3 hours and I'd be fine.
Eddie and I went to one of those. I got a little bored. I'll be honest with you.
I loved it, but yeah, he doesn't do much.
And I like George Strait a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a Garth guy more than I am a George Strait guy, but I do like George Strait a lot. We went to a show, and
the most he moves, he's got 4 mics on every corner of the stage, and the most he moves is from one mic to the other mic to the other mic to the other mic, and that's all he does.
And if that's what your expectation is, you're not disappointed.
Right.
And I wasn't disappointed.
So, who's been in here like a million times and always great? Obviously, Thomas Rhett's amazing, but I had never been to one of his headlining tour, like arena shows, and I went a couple of years ago, I guess it was, and I was thoroughly entertained. Like, it was amazing. Like, he worked the stage, he had the horns and the whole, like, different guest artists that were coming in and joining him. Like, it was a really good show.
Eddie, do you want to put on the list?
I like Tim McGraw, man. Like, to me, remember when he was playing iHeart Festival and he was just like in the back, like getting ready to warm up? Like, he couldn't talk to anyone. And as soon as it came out, it was like, truck, yeah,
he
pyro.
does that.
It was so good.
Like that truck, the entrance part to that is just playing and he's back and he's stretching.
He's just in a zone when he plays.
He reminds me of a professional athlete before they go out.
Yeah.
Because I've seen McGraw a couple times before a show. And he's like dialed in.
Everyone's staring at him like, don't talk to him.
And he's like,
he's stretching in the back with his tight jeans.
His jeans are so tight. I think he's stretching the jeans more than he's stretching his legs.
Probably. I love it.
Yeah, the McGraw intro is powerful.
Yes.
Morgan, anybody you want to put on there?
Definitely Eric Church. I saw him at Nissan Stadium and he played for like 3 hours and I was like, what is even happening? I didn't even know you could play that many songs in a show.
Yeah, his is impressive because it's so long.
I know.
Yeah, he goes forever.
I hate to admit this, but one time I left early. I was like, this is so hard.
It's not. Listen, it's not for me either.
Yeah,
I like to go and see the hits, but I went to an Eric Church show once too, and I was like, okay, this is pretty good. But he just kept playing a bunch of songs I didn't know, and I was like,
okay.
I gotta get up in the morning.
I was like, oh, what time is it?
It was really good, but
obviously, yeah.
And I think Eric's given me a hard time for not being in the church choir before. I just don't know, and he plays the songs for his fan. That guy's dialed into his fans.
Oh, and every fan,
they know every word.
If you look around, they are standing up singing every
all in
lyric.
I'm like, play Springsteen again.
One more time, please.
We do love Eric Church though, so don't give us a hard time. All right, that's all. Bye bye.